We're Aussies Rob and Karen, who took early retirement in 2010 to sail the world. Join us on the 42-foot ketch Our Dreamtime as we strive to make the most of every minute of every single day. This is episode 69, the first of series 3, Up, Around and Into Indo. Well, we're off the dock in horrible raining weather, but very little wind. The wind should fill in later on. It's going to be very, very nice to be finally leaving Breakwater Marina. Not because we don't like the place, we actually love it. But we're just mad keen to get back underway. Karen's on the bow, handling the lines up there. And we're joined by Sophie, on holidays from Aberdeen in Scotland, and going to join us for the run up to Cairns and hopefully see some nice tropical weather, not this rainy rubbish. And if you'd like to take the wheel, I'll do the tenders for you. We turned north and began motoring towards Orpheus Island and got the fishing rod out, but we weren't even out of sight of the marina when the first strike hit. First fish!
Woohoo!
He's a bit fritted from that.
Fresh fish tonight.
I'll move some sails. He said no rum, I've got no rum set up.
Do you want me to whack his head?
No, don't whack his head. That's so mean.
What do you think? Tonight's dinner?
Yeah, tasty.
A nice little spotty. Yeah, see the spots all the way through. So,
Our first fish of the trip, and Townsville still in the background.
that's that bloodline, silver bloodline right there. So if we hadn't let it out straight away, had that really good thread. That's fine.
So we're leaving Townsville behind. Unfortunately, we've only got about 5 knots of wind right behind us, so that motor is chugging away and getting along very nicely. The rain has not gone, it's just a very light drizzle at the moment, not enough to bother to get out of. It's keeping, I think, Sophie and Karen a little bit cooler, as Karen does the instructional services on filleting fish. Sophie's first attempt at filleting mackerel.
On a moving vehicle.
It's not quite like an operating theatre, is it?
Soph's actually a vet in Scotland, so normally when she operates on things, it's
Save their life.
just
If she's deciding she's happy it's dead, she's gonna eat it. We did ask at the beginning whether she was happy for us to bring live animals on board and then actually slaughter them, and she said only if I'm eating them. Is it another fish, Rob? We just cleaned up after the last one. I'll slow down. Sorry, I'm not there to take the rod. Oh, nice one. Very nice.
Oh, really...
Uzo time.
Oh, it's got a lift.
get ready for a little bit of Greek.
don't lose him.
He's still got a bit of height in him.
Yeah, that ouzo is not as
Effective as the rum. It was nice, another good mackerel on board. So we've caught 2 this morning and we've put the rod away because that's plenty for us to eat for a little while. We only fish to eat. We're not in it to just catch fish and fill the freezer. Good reason for that. The freezer's already full of protein and everything that Karen has bought, provisioning the boat up for our big trip. So that's plenty to keep us fed on fish for the next couple of dinners. Well, it's not the first day of our trip north that we'd hoped for. We've had rain through the morning and no wind. The forecast was that the wind was supposed to chime in after lunch, you know, with about 15 knots, and we have nothing. The mainsail's just flapping around there, so we're continuing under motor. I have to say that our Dreamtime, with her shiny new anti-foul and slick prop speeded prop, she's cutting through the water very, very nicely. We're doing sort of 7 knots, where normally at the same revs we'll probably be doing 6. So we'll get across to Orpheus Island late afternoon, hopefully pick up a mooring in Hazard Bay, and we'll spend a couple of nights there. But who cares about the weather? We are out of the marina, and that's all that really matters to us. It is just so good to be underway again on our Dreamtime.
see the line, it's out to the starboard.
Yeah, it's kind of hanging towards our bow. We can sneak up on it, we can blow onto it, you know what I mean?
Yep, got it. Yep, I'm going, babe. I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah, just go neutral.
Yeah.
So on the buoy is attached to like a whole...
Yeah, like a float line
Yeah.
with a big loop in it, which you put your ropes through, and we make a harness. So we do one from this side and one from that side. And that means if we have any chafe and one breaks, we've still got one attached through the night. But they have huge big concrete blocks on the bottom of the ocean with chain that comes up to that blue and red ball.
She's rated for a monohull for 35 metres in 34 knots.
Awesome. That's
How
good.
did you see?
Because the other one behind us says that it is for a mono 10 metres, multi-hull 8 metres. But this one actually has no ratings on the actual chart, over.
Yeah, roger. So yes, no problem at all. We have 2 lines on, all is good. Finished engines.
Finish engines.
Stop the track.
Stop track. Did that. Turn key off by pulling engine.
came round here to the next bay from where we're moored in Hazard Bay on Orpheus Island. This is where the research station is, and this is where we find the giant clams. So, opportunity to bring Sophie round and give her a look at something that you won't find too often in Scotland. And as the tide rolls in, they are squirting for us. There's a lot of bait fish around, and we've had some small reef sharks chopping into them. Really is a unique little piece of Australia here on Orpheus Island. If you're sailing to Orpheus Island and you'd like to see the giant clams, make sure that you go at the low tide or very close to it, and you'll find them near the shore towards the research station.
Sorry, I don't want to be pedantic, but I don't want to do a good morning in case it's not actually working. So could you check? Just
Flashing.
it's flashing. Is that
Merrily.
good? Merrily.
The camera is on. Introducing Karen!
You Wally. Good morning, everyone. Geez, it seems like forever since I've actually said good morning to you. But it's not really, is it? We've just had a couple of weeks on the dock, and then a couple of weeks cleaning the hull and all that sort of thing, but it's really nice to be out on the water again.
Absolutely.
We had a night, 2 nights actually, at Orpheus,
Yeah, two nights at Orpheus Island.
hanging out with Elton John and Posh and whoever else is over there today.
The in-joke is there's a
Yes.
very exclusive resort here that costs 1 arm, 2 legs and a child per night.
And we do know that Elton John has stayed there for some time in the
So-
past.
We pick up a mooring out in the bay for free
Yes.
and watch these people that are paying tens of thousands of dollars
For their holiday.
toddle past in their dinghies out exploring the bay. But no, it's been overcast and drizzly at times, but it was a nice day and it doesn't matter. We're out on the water.
Yeah.
Soph got to see some clams,
Yes.
some giant clams, which the island is renowned for. There is some interesting weather coming. The weather models disagree. Some
Yeah.
say it's going to be like 20 plus knots forever, where a couple of the models are suggesting it's more likely only going to be in the high teens. Regardless, we know it's coming.
So we're going to do the Channel Passage.
Yes, we're going to cut across and go in the southern end of the Hinchinbrook Channel and go right up inside Hinchinbrook Island, hopefully up to Scraggy Point at the northern end, and we'll anchor there. Keep an eye on what happens with the weather, and hopefully be able to just pop out that northern end of the passage and head up to Dunk Island.
That's this morning's plan.
Yeah.
We'll update you at lunchtime on what's actually happening.
Plans change.
Very quickly when you're cruising.
Yes.
That's an old saying, isn't it? The sailing saying that you write plans below the high water mark. 'Cause they
Write your
changed
cruising
quickly.
plans in the sand below the high water mark, because by the time the next high tide comes in, they've probably changed.
They probably have.
So
Anyway,
motoring at the moment, we'll get out from the island a bit, see what the real wind is, and unsure whether we're going to turn into wind, put the main up and use the Genoa, or whether we'll just, it's only
use the
sort of,
main and Sorry.
yeah, main and Genoa. It's only 10-11 miles over to the entrance to the Hinchinbrook Channel, so we may just pop out the headsail and float downwind with it. Goodbye Orpheus. Yeah, we're doing 6 knots, and I think we've got about 6.5 knots of wind directly behind us. So haven't even bothered trying to put out a headsail at this point, because that would be a futile exercise. And as I said, it's only sort of 10-11 miles over the entrance to the Hinchinbrook Channel, so we're going to motor across. If the wind comes up, I'll roll out at Genoa.
Hold on, remember, it's a bit rolly. Oh no! Oh, Sophie, first fish.
Sophie, that's the Lucinda Jetty. It's 5.7 kilometres. That's about 3.8 miles long. It's the longest jetty in Australia, and it carries sugar. So there's a lot of sugar grown in this area, and it literally comes out on a conveyor belt and loads into ships at the end. It just runs off the end of the conveyor and straight into the hold of the ship. They've been loading sugar here since the late 1800s. Yeah, there's an old jetty further up that we'll go past, and the ships used to come down the channel from the north because it was too shallow out here at the mouth. So they came all the way down, loaded up, then had to go all the way back up to get out into the open sea. Then they built this big long jetty to reach out into deep enough water for modern ships, and it's been doing the job ever since.
Strange as it may sound, when I'm still, things seem to come around. The journey is not ours to control. The journey is not ours to control. The journey is not.
Thanks so much for hanging in there and watching through to the end. We hope you enjoyed. Well, it's episode 69, but it's the first episode of series 3, up around and into Indonesia.
And we can't wait to get into Indo, and we are so excited to take you guys along with us. We're going to some fabulous destinations, and we just want to show you all.
There's a bit to do before then. We're going to take our time going up the North Queensland coast all the way up through to Thursday Island at the very, very tip of Australia. That's where we'll depart to go into Indonesia. But we're going to spend about 2 months getting there.
We are, and there is so much to see from Townsville all the way through to Cape York. And we haven't done some of these areas.
No.
We've sailed it, but we haven't done it all. So we're looking forward to actually having a look at those places along the way.
So hang in there with us. Next episode, we're across to beautiful Dunk Island.
See you then. No, if Rob can see that. It's turned around because it's got face detection on it.
If you'd like to see more of the behind the scenes on our Dreamtime, receive daily sit-rep videos when we're sailing, track our travels in real time, find out where we are right now, and meet up with us if we're in your area, then please head over to our Patreon site and join the Dreamtime Sail virtual crew. Membership starts at less than a cup of coffee. We'd like to thank everyone who supports us to make these videos possible. Your encouragement is what keeps us going. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It's free, and click the bell button to be notified when we release each video. See you next time.